Dear children, welcome once again to the online classes of biology. So, children, we were studying various taxonomical categories and their hierarchy, isn't it? So, taxonomical hierarchy we have studied, and we were studying about various taxonomical categories like species, genus, family, Synod, order, class, order, etc. So up to order we have completed. Now the next category is what? Class. So class means what? It is little more higher category or taxon, and in that you can see different orders which are similar. Isn't it? Similar orders are brought together in a particular class. For example, Mammalia. Mammalia is a class. Okay, Mammalia is a class, and in which different orders like Carnivora, okay, is included. Understood? Mammalia includes what? Various order like primata, which containing monkey, gorilla, and also order like Carnivora are placed under the class what? Mammalia. So like this, what different orders which are sharing certain common characters are grouped under a bigger category known as class. Okay, then next is what? Phylum. Phylum means what? Phylum contains many classes which share some common character. For example, classes comprising animals like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, etc. Along with mammals. Okay, they are contribute or they are arranged in phylum. Okay, so classes which are having fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, all this along with another class called mammals are coming under coming under a phylum. Understood? And this, the common feature of this phylum are what? The presence of notochord, dorsal hollow neural system, etc. Okay, so this, if it is there, that is notochord means what? It's a rod shaped structure, okay, which is present in the dorsal side, and also that dorsal hollow neural system means our spinal cord, and then what? Means in human being or in higher organism it is found as vertebral column. If organisms are having notochord and dorsal hollow neural system, means the spinal cord. Okay, spinal cord is our present where inside our vertebral column, isn't it? So in human being, the notochord is converted to vertebral column. Understood? And inside that, what is there? The spinal cord. So this kind of characters, if it is there, they are coming under the phylum Chordata. Understood? So Chordata contains what? All the classes like what? Classes which includes what? Mammals, amphibians, fishes, reptiles, etc. So is it clear? Phylum contains what? Classes, different classes which are sharing certain common features. Understood? So in case of plants, phylum we won't say, we will say it as division. Okay, division will be there. So is it clear? Now the largest, the highest category of taxonomical hierarchy is kingdom, and kingdom contains, okay, different types of phylum. Okay, different phylum which share the common characters are grouped under a common kingdom. Okay, so there are plant kingdom, okay, animal kingdom, okay, likewise different kingdoms were also there. Okay, in addition to that, there are subcategories also. Okay, subcategories are formulated by the scientists so that they can arrange some other organisms, okay, or for the placement of various taxa it is helpful. Okay, then if we see the hierarchy of classification or taxonomic categories from in in the ascending order: species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division, and kingdom. So you can find more organisms with more similarities in species. The organisms of species will be having more similarities, okay. And when you see the organisms of a genus, they will be belonging to different species, so there will be differences. So the lower the category, there will be more chance of getting what similar organisms, and as the category level or higher the category, what will happen, it will result in, or you can see that the dissimilarities will be more. So is it clear? So what we have studied is taxonomy, isn't it? And then we have studied about the categories, isn't it? Different categories and taxon, and then we studied the hierarchy of taxonomy, taxonomical categories showing hierarchical arrangement. Okay, so this much we have studied. Hope this much is very clear to you, isn't it? Now we are going to study a new topic, and before that let's see some of the example, common name, biological name, and where how these organisms are classified. Okay, for example, man, the biological name will be what? Homo sapiens, means the genus will be Homo and species name will be sapiens. Family, Hominidae. Okay, order, Primata. Primata will be the order. Class is Mammalia, and phylum or division is Chordata. Okay, Chordata. Housefly, Musa domesticata. Okay, Musa domesticata, and you see Musa, Musidae, then Diptera is the order, and class is Insecta, and phylum is Arthropoda. Okay, mango. Then this two will be coming to which kingdom? Animal kingdom. Okay, now mango, Mangifera indica. So when you are writing, you will have to write it separately, and you have to underline it also separately. Okay, so the genus will be Mangifera, isn't it? And then family is Anacardiaceae, then order Sapindales, and class is Dicotyledonous. Okay, Dicotyledonate, and Angiospermae. The division is Angiospermae. Wheat, Triticum aestivum. Genus Triticum, then family Poaceae, order Poales, Monocotyledonate, and the division is Angiospermae. Understood? So like this, you can see each organism will be placed in certain already existing classification system. Okay, so this is done in taxonomy. Understood? So there are some rules and regulations for this branch of biology. Okay, taxonomy helps to put the to form the rules, regulations for classifying organism, and there are existing systems of classification into which we have to classify the organisms. Is it clear? Now we are going to study a new topic. Okay, that is taxonomical aids. So till now we have studied about taxonomy, isn't it? And hierarchical order of taxonomical categories, etc. Now next what we are going to study is taxonomical aids, means that helps us to identify or do the classification process. For taxonomic studies, it is very important to identify the organisms correctly, isn't it? Then only we can, first the characterization and the identification of the organism should be done very properly without any mistake. Okay, so the collection of specimens of plants, animal species, etc. is very essential, and for this, okay, we need a number of or there are some tools or techniques, okay, that helps in the correct collection and the correct identification and the preservation, etc. Understood? So what are these, or how the a taxonomist can do his work, okay, with the help of what all things that we are going to study. So the first is what? Herbarium. Have you heard about herbarium? Herbarium you might have made in any smaller classes, isn't it? So herbarium is the dried, okay, plants and its parts, okay. So they are the storehouse of collected plant specimens that are dried, pressed and preserved on sheets. So you would have made any leaves, herbarium and all. So first you have to collect the plant parts, then you have to press it, isn't it? Then you have to dry, okay, and then preserve on some sheets called herbarium sheets, and this sheets will be arranged according to the accepted classification systems. Understood? So the specimens also carry the description, okay. So we can make herbarium by collecting the plant parts, then we have to dry it by pressing or by keeping some weight on that, okay. Just to take the leaves. So whenever you are making a herbarium, usually we take the twig with the flowers or inflorescence, okay. Then we have to dry it by keeping under some books or inside the books, etc., and by keeping some weight, okay. So it will be dried, pressed, and then it will be mounted on certain herbarium sheets, okay. So this will be very useful for the taxonomists to study about the character. So if the plant is not available in that particular place, okay, the persons can study from that the distribution of their veins, okay, leaf structure, then kind of inflorescence or flowers, all that they can study. Understood? So in the herbarium sheets there should be a label that provides all the informations, like what? The date and place of collection, from where it is collected and on which date it is collected, then local and botanical names, okay, then family of that particular plant, then collector's name, who has collected it, okay, etc. Understood? So like this, if we keep the herbarium, that will be very helpful for the coming generation also to learn about the plants, okay. So according to this the classification system, it should be arranged and kept, okay. So when you are making very few herbarium sheets you are making, but in some libraries, okay, museums, etc., you can see what collection of herbarium which are arranged in arranged according to the classification system. So what is herbarium? You understood? Herbariums are collection of plant specimens, dried, okay, pressed and mounted on herbarium sheets with what? The informations like what? The date and the place of collection, then botanical name, local name, family, collector's name, etc., okay, and they can be arranged according to the classification systems. Is it clear? So it provides a very good or it is acting as a good tool for the taxonomical studies, okay. The characteristic of plants can be studied from that. Then another aid that is that can be useful in the taxonomical studies is botanical gardens, okay. So botanical garden means what? Collection of living plants, okay. These gardens contain what? Collection of living plants. Plants are grown in them, grown there with their botanical or scientific name, its family, everything will be marked in that. Understood? So in plants, in the plants, the name of them, the family of the plants, etc., will be marked there, so that it is used for recreational purpose and also for study purpose, okay. And botanical gardens can have different sections like orchid sections, okay. Then can have cactus type of plants or xerophytic plants. Likewise, different sections also they can have. So from this, when a person go and see this, okay, in the natural in the live conditions, they will be able to understand and study the characters more clearly, isn't it? So botanical gardens also help in the study of plants. Okay, so it is also considered as a taxonomical aid. So next is museums. So the difference between museum and the botanical gardens or zoological park is, in museums we generally keep what? The specimens, okay, or preserved plants and animal specimens are kept there. Means dyed ones are preserved. Understood? In the containers or jars with certain preservative solutions. We are also having in schools also. There will be small museums, isn't it? So we are also having a small museum with all the specimens of different phyla or different plants and corns, etc. we are also having. Understood? So in preserving solutions they will be kept and it will be used for study purpose, isn't it? Once you see the characters, it will be very effective than you read the characters, isn't it? So like this, for taxonomical studies, museums are also very important. Okay, so insects, okay, are preserved in insect boxes, okay, after collecting, killing and pinning. Okay, so like this, what plants, the insects and all insects can be, according to their means classification system, their larval stages, etc. can be displayed. Understood? In museums. So they will be caught, they will be killed, and then they will be pinned in sheets. Okay, then sometimes you can also see stuffed materials. Means if we get the skin of that, into that we can fill something and we can make the stuff. Okay, so in that way also we can see. And sometimes museums also can have the skeletons, isn't it? Skeleton of animals also can be kept, so that we can study the animals and their feeding habits, etc. we can understand, isn't it? Their mode of walking, how it was, all this can be studied from this. So museums also play an important role in the study of the taxonomy. Understood? Next is what? Zoological parks. So zoological parks means where animals, wild animals are kept in protected environment. Okay, we are having zoological parks in Chhattisgarh also, isn't it? So we will be giving care, so that animals will be provided also food and all. Understood? And it will be somewhat similar to their natural habitat. We are trying to give natural habitat, isn't it? So like this, we commonly call it as zoos, isn't it? Zoos are zoological parks actually. Okay, where we can watch the animals, wild animals, and we can protect them in the means simulated conditions, where it will looks like, okay, or almost similar environment we can give, okay, and we can provide the food and all, so that they will be so especially in the case of organisms or animals which are facing the extinction, this can also be maintained in this. Understood? Now next is what? Keys. Keys are actually some set of instructions. Okay, that is thus here the identification of plants and animals can be done on the similarities and dissimilarities. Okay, so there will be some statements that we have to choose that after studying the character of an organism. For example, two characters might be like if it is a plant. Okay, so in the keys are textbooks only that contain some statements. Okay, especially in what couplet, pair of statements will be there, and when you follow that will be leading to the next couplet, and likewise we will finally reach to the identification of them. Understood? So in this way, keys are what? Key books you have heard now, isn't it? Answer keys. So that kind of key it is. Okay, so that will lead to the identity. Means if you follow these instructions which are given as pairs or couplet in the keys, we can reach to the identification of the plants. Okay, so each statement in the key is called a lead. Understood? And by selecting what this lead, we will lead to the, or we will reach to the identification of that particular organism. Okay, so separate keys are there for each taxonomic category, such as family, genus, species, etc. Okay, so I told one example, that is, if it is a plant, two statements will be there: petals 5 or petals 4. So if the plant that you got is having 4 petals, okay, you will select the that particular statement, and you will be leading, means then it will be written there 12 point, or you have to go to statement number 12. So you will be going and reading that statement then. Understood? So likewise, when you follow the statements by opting or by rejecting, you will be correctly reaching to the identification process. Understood? So, or identification of that particular organism. So these are what keys. Understood? So about all this you understood. We have studied about the herbarium, okay, and then what botanical gardens, museum, then zoological parks, then keys. Understood? So these are the taxonomical aids which help us to understand about the or we will be able to study taxonomy more realistically with the help of all these tools. So this chapter is very clear to you, and you have to read this, and you have to get prepared for the live class. During that I will ask you the questions. Okay.